Huskers somehow find a way with Mike Rozier on the sideline, his backup. Jeff Smith takes the pitch back up. Brilliantly executed play by Turner Gill. 24 yards and a touchdown. Now it's a 31-30 game. And what does Nebraska do?
I have not seen the kicker come on the field, and I don't think he's coming on the field. And I might as well, I think that they've got things going their way. Tom Osborne made this decision a long time ago. Don't think that this situation caught him by surprise. He's decided to go for two and take his shot at winning. I commend him for it.
This is for the national championship for Nebraska. Incomplete.
For 22 years, he labored and waited, and now the moment is his. Let's go to John Dockery with the national champion coach, Tom Osborne.
You finally got it after a long time. Coach, you finally got it after a long time coming. What does it mean to you?
Well, it means a lot. I was really proud of the players. Played a great game, a lot of heart.
You've come close. Coach, you've come close many times. Is it all more sweeter now?
Well, it's enjoyable. Let's put it that way.
Did you somehow feel that this was your year coming into the game?
I thought in the fourth quarter we'd be the best team, and we were. That's great.
What was the difference today?
Well, I think just we were probably in good condition, maybe a little stronger physically in the fourth quarter. Miami has a great team. I got to get in.
Congratulations, Coach. A terrific victory.
Thank you.
Tommy, back to you.
Okay, John. Tom Osborne, vintage Tom Osborne. Great.
That was just two of many highlights from the Nebraska-Miami Hurricanes series. There has been plenty, but I can't show them all because it'd take forever. But before we move on to the Nebraska-Miami game, let's look back at last week's game, the highlights of the Nebraska-Fresno State game, where the Huskers put a beat down on the Bulldogs.
Alright, the 2-0 Nebraska Cornhuskers versus the struggling 0-2 Fresno State Bulldogs on a very hot night in Fresno where it's 95 degrees. On the first play, Tommy Armstrong is going to have a read option. Tommy Armstrong is going to keep the ball and leap over number 4 to just get enough for a first down. A great read from Tommy. On the next play, Tommy Armstrong is going to throw a seam route to Jordan Westerkamp and go all the way to put the Huskers up 7-0. As usual, those two connect, sure-handed from Jordan Westerkamp. On the next offensive series, Tommy Armstrong is going to give it to Amir Abdullah and go all the way for a touchdown and put the Huskers up 14-0. And this is just another highlight reel to add for Amir Abdullah. The Huskers are up 14-0. A great day for Amir Abdullah as he had 110 yards rushing on the day. On the next defensive series, number 2 tries to give it to the running back, but Vince Valentine is there to tackle him in the backfield. A great day for the defensive line. On the next offensive series, Tommy Armstrong gives it or throws it to Kenny Bell. A deep pass, and Kenny Bell bobbles it a little, but keeps the ball and gets a big chunk for the Huskers. And finally, we have found our punt return man that doesn't bobble, fumble, anything. He just gets touchdowns and big yards for the special teams. Pearson L, number 15, a true freshman, goes all the way to put the Huskers even up more for this beatdown. He is the second straight Husker player to get the Big Ten Special Teams Player of the Week. This Pearson L guy is going to be a big factor into the Huskers season as we move on. On the next offensive series, Tommy Armstrong is going to throw it to number 11, a tight end. What? We still have tight ends? Yes, we still do have tight ends, and he has great hands. and puts the Huskers up even more. On the next defensive series, Greg McMullen sacks number 2, and all day he's been getting to the quarterback a lot of QB hurries, and that is Greg McMullen's 3rd sack on the season. On the next offensive series, Tommy Armstrong is going to throw a slant pass to number 13, and he's going to go all the way, and he gets a big chunk of yards. I need to learn his name. He's a new guy. I'm not sure of his name, but it was a great play. And then here, Amani Cross doing his best imitation of Amir Abdullah, breaking it all the way for a touchdown. Who knew Amani Cross had this much speed? Maybe it helped that he lost 10 pounds. He got stronger, bigger, and faster. We need to give the ball to the Amani Cross, aka the Beast. On the next offensive series, Tommy Armstrong is going to give it to the brother of Ben Cotton, Sam Cotton, for the touchdown. Number 84, Sam Cotton, also a tight end, a 2nd touchdown to a tight end. Great catch from Sam Cotton, carrying on that Cotton family tradition. And now we got our backup quarterback, Riker Fife, who can run the ball actually. Long strides and gets a big chunk for the Huskers, about 20 yards. And then Riker Fife throws a touchdown for the Huskers, and it puts the Huskers up 55-19. The Huskers have a great day, and they play the Miami Hurricanes next.
So Nebraska and Miami, the game I have been circling on my calendar for a long time. It is finally here. So one of the 2 most storied programs in all of college football going head-to-head on Saturday. So much history with both of these teams up against each other, played each other in a lot of bowl games, mostly the Orange Bowl, and so many memorable plays, and I just can't wait for this matchup. Nebraska is 3-0 in Lincoln against Miami. Does that really play an advantage to Nebraska? I mean, in a way, yes, that we have home field advantage. It's a rookie quarterback. He's going to have 90,000 fans screaming. His last road game was at Louisville with only 40,000 fans screaming, so this is going to be a whole different atmosphere for him. So I think one of the biggest keys to win this game is going to play a big part on our defense. This is a freshman quarterback, like I said, coming into an atmosphere where it's going to be really loud, really rowdy. It's going to be on national TV, and there's going to be all eyes on him. This quarterback isn't bad. He's thrown 7 touchdowns, but he's also thrown 5 interceptions. So what the key is to have our D-line pressure him like crazy. We need to stack the box, blitz on him, blitz the edges, get Greg McMullen there, get Randy Gregory there, make him force the throws that he doesn't want to throw, and maybe we can get a few interceptions from Zaire Anderson or Corey Cooper or something like that. Also, nobody can forget about Duke Johnson. Duke Johnson was a Heisman contender last year until he hurt his ankle against Florida State, which ruined his chances. But before he got injured, he was on a great roll. He was tearing up the fields and everything. So our defense needs to key in on him and not sleep on him. And if we shut him down and their whole running game and make this freshman quarterback forced to throw the ball, this could be a great opportunity for our defense to get lots of turnovers, and the Huskers will be put into a good situation. What the offense needs to do is just give it to your star players, especially Amir Abdullah. Why not wear down that Miami defense? Just keep pounding it, running it down their throat. Just give it to Amir Abdullah. Just keep going. Wear out their defense, especially their D-line. Their D-line is supposedly a really good defense of line, and they get a lot of pressure on the quarterback. And if our linemen can do their work, we will wear down that defense, and it'll make great big holes for Abdullah to run and break some big touchdown runs. Also, give it to Amani Cross. Obviously, Amani Cross can break some big runs as well. And then give it to Terrell Newby, a little change of pace, a little more speed out on the edges, and use all 3 of our running backs, and this Miami defense will be gasping for air just like they did in the '94 National Championship. Also, with the run, if we establish their run, they're going to forget about the pass. And we have plenty of playmakers. Tommy Armstrong, he has been mostly pretty consistent these last 3 games, even though they haven't been big opponents. He even struggled last year against some smaller teams and wasn't as consistent. But this year, I feel like he trusts his receivers more, he feels more comfortable, and he's got that leadership role. So if we establish this run, we can get him on a big play action pass, throw deep, catch him off guard, give it to Jordan Westerkamp, give it to Kenny Bell. They won't be expecting the pass as much. They're going to be keying in on Amir Abdullah. But they're going to forget that Tommy has a great arm and we have unbelievable wide receivers. So the passing game can and will play a big factor into this game as well as the run. So obviously, this isn't your grandpa's Huskers or your grandpa's Hurricanes, but I still think this is going to be a hard-nosed, gritty game. It may not be the most flashy, and it may be a little sloppy, but that's how Husker games and when the Huskers and the Hurricanes play, that's how it usually goes, and I think that's how it's going to go this year. I think it's going to be close. I don't know how close. Like I said, I don't like to make predictions because I feel like I jinxed Nebraska, so I'm just going to say it should be a pretty decently close game, and it's going to be on ESPN2, 7 o'clock. Go Big Red.